going to show you a nice, quick and simple way to make crispy chips. So I've got my potatoes there. I'm actually going to peel these, but you don't have to. You can leave the skins on, just wash them first. So I'm going to peel those up and I'm going to chop them into a fairly even size. So I've got them all chopped up. They're all about the same sort of size really, you know, try and spend a bit of time trying to get the same size. That way they cook evenly. Now what I'm going to do is transfer those into a bowl of cold water. Okay, I've got those into some just cold water, and we're going to change the water maybe once or twice, and I'm going to leave this for about half an hour just to sort of soak away. Now I've been soaking mine for about half an hour, so what I'm going to do is drain them off in my colander, and then I'm going to put them on some tissue and get them really nice and dry so we can fry them up. And I'm just going to try and dry those off as much as I can, because really we're going to put these onto hot oil in a minute, so we want to try and make sure there's no water there, otherwise it sort of jumps on you. So try and dab all those off, lost one there, and just try and get them as dry as possible. I've got my chips there. These are really nice and dried off, so I shouldn't get too much splattering from the oil. Now I'm going to take those out of the way. I'm going to pour in the oil. I'm going to use a fair bit of oil. You can use a bit more if you want, but get all out of there. I'm just using sunflower oil because it's got a nice high temperature. Now we're going to heat this up to a sort of medium to medium high temperature. The oil's heated up, so I'm going to pop those in. And what we're going to do is cook these for about 4 minutes, I would say, maybe 5 minutes at the most. We don't necessarily want to get them brown. If anything, you know, we're just sort of slightly cooking them really, and then we're going to take them out again. So just cook these for about 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, I've cooked mine for about 4 minutes. Now what I'm going to do is to take them out and drain as much again of the oil as I can off. Put it on a little bit of tissue. I've got my chips there. I fried them for about 4 minutes, sort of medium high heat, and I've now drained them off on a bit of tissue. Now you've got two choices here. You can either leave them for about half an hour at sort of room temperature. That's the way I would recommend. The alternative is you can put them in the freezer or the fridge to cool down quickly, but it's not recommended to put hot things in the fridge or the freezer. But as an experiment, I'm going to do both. So I've got my pan nice and hot there. This is a really high temperature now. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to pop in the chips that we have already partly cooked. Got some of the starch off, sort of cooked the starch. And these are the ones we left to sort of sit round at room temperature for about 30 minutes. So I'm going to cook those first and we'll see what they're like. Now give them a turn over. I want to just cook these until they're kind of brown really, nice and crispy on the outside. Now we're doing this, remember, on a high temperature. So I'm ready to serve these up, nice and brown on the outside. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on a bit of tissue just to sort of drain them off and serve them up like that. Okay, I've taken them out of the pan. I've got them here. Let me just try that. That's delicious. This is the ones we didn't put in the freezer. I'm going to pop a little bit of salt, and I've got a little bit of tomato ketchup there as well. Always goes great. Lovely. Delicious chips. I've got my chips here, and you see these are the ones that I put in the freezer. Let me just try that. Really nice and crispy. Delicious actually. I'm just going to put a little bit of malt vinegar on there. I like the old vinegar on there. A little bit of salt. And now what we can do is, if you want, gives it a nice smoky flavour, just put a little bit of paprika on there. Again, look irresistible. I'm going to try one of those again. That is delicious. Really delicious. Give them a swoosh around. All done. Enjoy.